If you're a Mass Effect fan, N7 Day is very special. It's particularly special today because Bioware has dropped their cinematic reveal trailer for Andromeda. Hey guys, JV here bringing you my breakdown of the Mass Effect Andromeda cinematic reveal trailer dropped earlier today. In this video, I'll pick apart as many details as I can find in this trailer, sharing both facts confirmed by Bioware and Gameinformer, along with my own personal speculation. Because I'm mixing both facts and speculation, I'm going to very clearly point out what is fact and what comes from me and what I think, so nothing gets confused for you guys. If you haven't watched the cinematic reveal trailer by itself for itself, then you absolutely need to do that before watching this video or you will be completely lost. So I've left a link for you guys in the description below. I'll also be leaving all of my sources in the description below so you guys can corroborate on and confirm what I'm saying. At the very beginning, we have a very low and almost menacing voice saying the following: "We slept for hundreds of years dreaming of a new home, but when we finally awoke, our dreams of peace were shattered." At first I thought this was the voice of a new alien race, but it actually turns out that this is Clancy Brown, a voice actor that Gameinformer confirmed plays the role of Alec Ryder. In Andromeda, the player can choose between playing as either Scott or Sarah Ryder, and those two characters are twins, and again, everything here is confirmed by Gameinformer. As the player, you'll choose to play between one or the other, and the other will still exist in the world, which is very cool. But just to confirm right here, this is Alec Ryder, their father, and as their father, he's an N7 veteran, and he is the Pathfinder. He is the one responsible for leading humanity to a new home in Andromeda. So Alex says that humanity has slept for hundreds of years dreaming of a new home, and then we see everything going wrong. I'm 99% sure that this points to cryogenic sleep for a few reasons. Number one, at the very bottom of the Andromeda Initiative Mass Effect site, we see an updated timeline. In 2185, a privately funded mission is scheduled to make a 600-year journey to the Andromeda Galaxy in hopes of finding a new home for humanity. Just so we're on the same page, Mass Effect, the original game, took place in 2184, Mass Effect 2 took place in 2185, the same year that this initiative started, and then the events of Mass Effect 3 take place in 2186. So this confirms that indeed the events of the Andromeda Initiative and at least scheduling and launching this mission were happening during the events of the original trilogy. Here's my speculation. I think that Ryder and his family and whoever's involved in the Andromeda Initiative is going to start out in the game. We're going to see what's happening with the launching of this initiative, which again is going to be during the timeline of Mass Effect. So I see that happening, and then I see us launching the initiative and then something going wrong. But I do believe that the initiative and the 600 years into the future, I think cryogenic sleep has to be the explanation for that. We also saw a teaser at the end of a trailer at this past E3, which shows Sarah Ryder, the female protagonist, waking up from some kind of sleep. So I think that supports, what I think is going to happen even further, but clearly something goes wrong. We don't know if that interrupts this 600, year journey to Andromeda, or if this is just a crash landing at the end of the 600-year journey. But clearly we see scenes of the Hyperion spaceship blowing up, and the Hyperion, we believe, is the replacement for the Normandy, and this really just reminds me of the beginning of Mass Effect 2. Real quick, I just want to show a few slow motion freeze frames of what's going on when the Hyperion is blowing up, because at first I thought this was Shepard blowing up. That wouldn't make sense, but indeed it is the male kind of default protagonist, Scott Ryder, and the Asari character, or an Asari character, blowing up. Clearly, this is happening in the new events. This is not a flashback to Shepard or anything like that. Moving on, we see scenes of Scott Ryder, who is the male protagonist, on a desert-looking planet. We don't know what planet this is because we're in a new galaxy, and we see scenes of him being kind of injured in a snowy planet, something like that. And so we see a nasty alien, we get a look at the Mako, which is all really exciting, but more importantly, we hear some dialogue from an AI character, it sounds like, saying, "Welcome back," and a female character, a separate character, saying, "You're the new Pathfinder." And during that piece of dialogue, it focuses in on Scott Ryder, one of the protagonist's choices. So again, we're back to confirmed information here. Gameinformer has confirmed that Alec Ryder is the Pathfinder, so he was the original Pathfinder in this situation. So my guess is that something has gone wrong with the Ryder father, with Alec Ryder. And of course, again, we have that Hyperion spaceship blowing up. Something is going wrong. it does appear that the dreams are shattered like he is narrating. So we don't know what's wrong with the writer father. Speculation here, he could have died, he could have been displaced, and so they need to appoint one of the protagonists as the new Pathfinder. So those are just some possibilities that I think could happen. Now we get our first look at a new alien race. It looks part rock, almost part insectoid. That's kind of the feel that I get, but he's levitating, and we hear some narration saying, "This is incredible," and then there's a gap and some more narration is said, and then we have another alien voice, not sure if it's the same one, saying, "I have a bad feeling." And so I may be reading into this, but that really reminds me of Saren interacting with the first Reaper Prothean artifact at the beginning of Mass Effect on Eden Prime. We also see our new Asari ally pointing out that there's a gravity well kicking a rock over, it's levitating, and then some serious apocalyptic event is going on with this gravity. We don't know what's going on here. Surely that's going to be a big plot point, probably related to whatever alien foe that we're encountering here. I wanted to pause right at this moment here because regardless of who this alien race is or what this hologram might mean, what's happening in this scene, we can't really understand that from this trailer, obviously, but this really reminds me of the first time that Shepard met a Reaper and talked to a Reaper hologram on Vermeer. That was one of the best moments in the original Mass Effect game, and so this hologram, the shape of the hologram, the circumstances really remind me of that moment in the original Mass Effect, and I'm sure, you know, BioWare knows that, and that's probably why they put that in this trailer. During this apocalyptic gravity scene, we hear a male character say, "We're the aliens," and I think that kind of reinforces the idea of Andromeda. It's humanity going out to unknown, uncharted waters, the uncharted areas of the universe, and trying to find a place for humanity. And so I think that's going to be a really cool, you know, moment in the story that we're going to experience. But also, we get a closer look at this new alien race. We get a real nice shot of a weapon and also a little more of their body. Again, to me, they look almost stone-like and insectoid-like. They really remind me of the Collectors. I hate to be that guy who's like, this reminds me of what happened in the previous trilogy, but they really do. I don't think they're the Collectors, but they remind me of the Collectors. Pausing here, I think we get what I feel is our clearest picture, even though it's blurry, of this new alien race. They appear to have, it doesn't look like a helmet to me, it looks like their actual face, and it looks very rigid, very hard, almost like a skull. And so whoever these aliens are, they are very ominous. We get another quick shot of some shadowy figures entering something. I'm not really going to speculate on this because really there's nothing to share. They don't look like any race we've seen before though, so they're definitely new. To close out the trailer, we get a great glimpse of some gigantic mechanical looking creatures, and we're going to have some epic, massive battles going on, especially the one that we see right here on this deserty looking planet. The scale here is massive, and it really reminds me of Shepard fighting Reapers in Mass Effect 3 and those toe-to-toe moments where I was like, holy shit, these things are massive. How are we going to encounter this? How are we going to beat this? I think it's easy to look at these enemies and think, oh, that looks like a new kind of Reaper, mechanical enemy, something like that. But the fact is we are in a new galaxy, we're in a new place, and there's going to be new enemies and foes. And so that's really where I'm going to stop speculating. This next little scene is very, very exciting if you're a Mass Effect fan and you're aware of the universe and the characters and the races, because we have confirmed right here that in some form or fashion in this game, we're going to see Solarians. Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here, but this could be a scene taking place before the Andromeda initiative has launched, because again, 2185 is when this thing starts off. So this could be some Solarians trying to board the Hyperion, or maybe it's a fleet of ships that are trying to go to the Andromeda galaxy. However, I could be completely wrong. We could encounter a lot of Solarians in the Andromeda galaxy. We just don't know right now. Regardless, we're going to see our Solarians in Andromeda. The final scene to wrap up this cinematic trailer reveal is this alien creature belonging to the same race that we've been looking at. We had the blurry image of. Now we see the back of its head with a sort of halo-looking crown along the top, and we hear the narration, "Now I know what makes you special." We also see what we believe to be the protagonist and his or her allies being held captive by this alien here. We have zero clue as to what this alien is referring to in this moment, but there is a little blurb on Gameinformer confirmed right now that says there is a mystery tied to the Ryder family that players will discover as they progress through the game. My speculation is that that is what this alien is referring to, and for some reason, the circumstances of this special trait that the Ryder family has is, something of importance to this alien, and that's why they have captured what appears to be the protagonist and his allies. Guys, that was my mix of speculation and confirmed facts again from Gameinformer on Mass Effect Andromeda and my breakdown of this cinematic reveal trailer. Fortunately, Gameinformer is doing a whole month of reveals on Mass Effect Andromeda, and I'm fairly sure I'm going to be covering a lot of that. So if you want to learn more about Mass Effect Andromeda, stay tuned here to my channel. Since I'm only one person and there's thousands of you probably watching this, I'd like to know, is there anything that you saw in particular in this trailer that I missed, or any more, speculation on what I shared in this trailer? Because there's a lot to go on here, there's a lot to talk about, and I'm really excited to just read what's going to go on in this comment section. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for new videos here on my channel almost every single day. Again, I'm going to be covering whatever Andromeda news is dropping, so you can absolutely expect that from me. You can follow me on Twitter at JV2017 if you want to stay up to date on my videos, and you can also follow JV2017 on Twitch if you want to watch me live stream some of my favorite games. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.